Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Homoeopathy Super Sessions by Dr. Jagos. Today we'll be doing the next video on logic, that is extension of the previous video, that is the formal derivation of the law of similar through deductive logic. So in the last video we had seen in short some few points about the deductive logic of the law of similars, aphorism 19 to 25. In this video, let us just go little more in detail about the same. So, as you all know, the law of similars is done through both inductive and deductive logic. So, in this video, we are going to focus on the deductive logic. Just to recap, it is given in the 6th edition of Organon, aphorism 19 to 25. So, let us see a little bit more in detail about the same. Drugs act on account of the capacity to affect the host. So before going to the points, again, in deductive logic, we go from the gender statement to the particulars. So in deductive logic, it deals with argumentation. You have to go on arguing until and unless you come down to a specific point. So now let us see what argumentation we can do from 19 to 25. So the first point is drugs act on account of the capacity to affect the host. So naturally, any drug will act upon the host, but depends upon the capacity of the drug to affect the host. This capacity of altering the host can be revealed only through experimentation. So naturally, if you want to know the effects of the drug on the host, you have to conduct some experiments, basically, or you have to do the drug proving on a healthy human being. So this capacity of altering the host can be revealed only through experimentation. Third point, the alterations induced in the host by the drug will have to be fully and adequately studied in an unprejudiced manner, free from all theoretical interpretations and bias. So whatever alterations are produced by the drug in the healthy human being or the prover, they have to be studied in its full length and it has to be studied adequately. There are no shortcut methods. Number one, for that, you have to be unprejudiced. You have to be free from all theoretical interpretations and biases. That means what? You don't have to, your mind should not be prejudiced, and whatever interpretation you are doing, you must leave out the theoretical or the theory on one side, and whatever bias you have or whatever prejudiced mind you have, that has to be taken out. So whatever is there in front of you or whatever alterations are induced by the drug in the host, they have to be correctly interpreted and written down in an unprejudiced manner. Fourth point, descriptive data furnished by signs and symptoms alone qualifies for this. So how will you find out the alteration in the host? Naturally, from the descriptive data. So the descriptive data is obtained through the expressions by the signs and symptoms. So by looking or by observing the different signs and noting down the different symptoms, the descriptive data of the capacity of the drug to alter the host can be obtained. Fifth point, we thus find that the capacity of the drug to affect the host, that is, alter the state of health, is fully revealed through the totality of the signs and symptoms. So naturally, whatever capacity the drug has, which affects the host, that is the capacity of the drug to alter the state of health. It is seen through the totality of the signs and symptoms. Sixth point, disease also fully reveals itself through the totality of the signs and symptoms. So in a similar fashion, even disease will be revealed through the totality, that is the signs and the symptoms. Just like the drug, its totality is also revealed through the signs and symptoms. Similarly, in a disease also, it is revealed through the totality of the symptoms, that is the signs and the symptoms. Seventh point, totality of symptoms furnishes the external perceptible evidence of the total extent of the disease and the capacity of the drug to influence it. So again, when you come to a conclusion, we say that the totality of the symptoms, they are the only way in which we can see, or the evidence of the totality is perceptible to the extent of the disease and the capacity of the drug to influence it. Therefore, the totality is the only sound basis for selection of a drug as a remedial agent. So therefore, when you want to select a drug as a remedial agent, you have to go for the totality. Now, there can be only two types of relation between the totality of the disease, that is the natural disease, and that of the drug, that is the drug disease. So there can be only two types of relation between the natural disease and the drug disease. That is what? Either on a dissimilar basis or the antipathic way, or either on a similar basis or the homeopathic way. So which of these will provide a true indication for cure can be determined only through clinical application. No amount theorizing will help. So now, which of these two methods, either a dissimilar method or the similar method, will be useful? That can only be seen through the clinical application. No amount of reasoning, no amount of theorizing will help. Now, all careful clinical trials to date proves that drugs selected on the basis of dissimilar never cure. It merely suppresses the manifestation of disease as long as they are administered. At the best, they are palliative. So all the clinical trials till date prove that drugs selected on the basis of dissimilar, they never cure. They only suppress the manifestation. And the manifestations will be suppressed as long as the drug is administered. So as long as you administer the drug, the suppression takes place. The moment you stop the drug, again the symptoms will come out in increased vengeance. So at the best, it can be palliative. Therefore, it follows that drugs selected on the basis of similar totality will truly cure or palliate the patient. So therefore, it follows that the drugs, when selected on the basis of similarity, will truly cure in cases which are curable, or they will palliate in cases which are incurable. So this is in detail about the derivation of the law of similars through deductive logic, keeping in mind FL number 19 to 25. Well, some two other important points which I would like to tell you. Finally, the law of similar and its corollary, the infinitesimal dose, have provided the necessary background for two other important laws. That is the Arnold-Schulz law, which, if you all don't know, it states that small doses stimulate, moderate doses inhibit, and large doses kill. And of course, Hering's law of direction of cure, which you all know. All of this forms the basis of the law of similars. So this is just for your information that even Arnold-Schulz law is important. Well, a note on three fundamentals of logic. Well, logic will deal with three fundamental pillars, that is the causation, the generalization, individualization, and the concomitant. So in causation, it deals with the truth and the series of phenomena associated with it. So you have to see what exactly is the cause of the disease. You have to take only the true facts into consideration and see what are the series of phenomena associated with the cause. So there may not only be one phenomena, there may be many phenomena which are associated with the causation. And of course, we do generalization by going to particular to general, that is we are using inductive logic, and we go for individualization from general to particulars when we are using deductive logic. And at times, concomitants also are useful in identifying the remedy when the concomitants are very characteristic or they are marked. So this is another important point of logic, that causation, generalization, oblique individualization, and concomitants, they form the three fundamental pillars of the logic. So in my next video, we are going to deal with principles which cover the art of generalization through inductive logical application. So thank you for your listening, and I hope you like this video.